Give us a take on what this week's been like after the result didn't go your way on Saturday.
It's just been a reset, really. We can't really dwell on what happened last Saturday. We probably let ourselves down, really, with the performance we put in and not being able to get the result. But I suppose stuff like that happens in football. We've just got to forget about it now and on to Doncaster on Saturday.
Yeah, in terms of the way you're playing right now, wins are not coming particularly regularly. What about performances?
I think the performances have picked up again, to be honest with you. But the results are obviously not going our way at the moment. We had a few draws and obviously lost on Saturday. It's a bit similar to the start of the season, really, when we was playing really well and couldn't get over the line. But at the end of the day, you need to win football games, and like the gaffer says, if you can't win them, you got to not lose them and make sure you can get a point. So points are what we need right now, whether that's 1 or 3. So we could do with putting a few more together, and that's what we're all rooting to do, to try and stick together and climb ourselves up the league.
Just seems from the outside that you've been about a win away from being safely in mid-table about 4 or 5 times this year, and when that win doesn't come, it's ended up being the start of a run that's been disappointing, and you're kind of back to where you started from again. How frustrating's that been that you've nearly been away from trouble on a number of occasions this season?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. It's frustrating sometimes if you look at it in the league perspective, which we do keep an eye on. But at the end of the day, we're just focused about winning the next game every time it comes. So, like if we win on Saturday, it'll put us in a better position than it did last Saturday. And then obviously we've got the game in on Tuesday. But we're not looking too far ahead, and we know that a couple of wins can soon shoot you up the table if you get a bit of a run together. So we know we can do that as well. We've done it this season, and after we've had a bad run, we normally go and put a few wins together. So hopefully we can kickstart on Saturday and do that again.
Just speaking to John Doolan, he's described them as 16 cup finals to come. Every game has that much importance on it right now. Is that the feeling of all of you? Yeah,
definitely. I think everyone's in it together. If you watch Seamus's interview last week, you can see how much it meant to him. And everyone feels the exact same in that changing room. I've said it plenty of times, and I know the gaffer and Jed have said it as well. Like, the changing room we've got in there is brilliant, but it's all right saying that. You've got to win the games, and we're all in it together. We all know what we want to do, and we all want to keep ourselves up and push ourselves away from this dogfight as such as soon as we can, really, so we can start taking a bit of pressure off and just enjoying ourselves on the back end of the season.
Have a few of you seen Seamus's interview? Because I heard it driving home from a match last weekend, and it was quite stark, wasn't it? He was very much to the point and knows exactly what this means. He's been here such a long time and knows it's clear what it means to him. It's going to mean the same to all of you, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Everyone's in it together in that change room. Everyone's wants the same outcome, and Seamus sums it up. That's why he's the captain. He's been here for so long. He knows what this club's all about. He's been through a lot of ups and a lot of downs. Like I say, that's why he's our captain. And I don't know whether everyone's watched it, but I certainly watched it, and I can see how much it means to him. And I don't want to say everyone wants to do it for him, because everyone's doing it for themselves, and doing it for the manager, and doing it for the fans, doing it for the chairman and the higher up staff. But we're all in, like I keep saying, we're all in it together. We all want to do the same thing. We all want to get the same outcome. And Seamus's interview last week summed it up, really, and shows how much it means to everyone.
Are you glad he said it, Ben? Was it one of those that you thought, go on, captain, say what you think?
Yeah, but I don't think the interview, I don't know how to put it, because he says that anyway, so it doesn't need the camera to say that, to get the message across to everyone, because he says that behind closed doors, and he's not the only one who says that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think we're all just in it together, like I've said, and we just want to get ourselves up the table, really.
Yeah, and because there's games Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, we could be sat here in a week's time, 8 days' time, when you've played 3 games, and could be thinking, what's everyone worried about?
Yeah, well, hopefully we've got 9 points after the next 3 games, so we'll be in a completely different position then. That's the plan. That's always the plan. But like I said before, you can't look too far ahead. We've got Doncaster tomorrow, so we want to come here on Saturday and just get the 3 points, and hopefully I'm sat in front of you next week, and we've had a few more wins, and we're safe.
Yeah, the first game of the season was Doncaster. It seems a very long time ago now, doesn't it? And talking to John, he said it was a very close and a very good first half performance, and it just ran away from you in the end with a couple of worldies that they hit in the second half. They're one of the favourites to go up. It's going to be a big game, tough game, this, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they're always up there. They had a unbelievable run at the end of last season where they put a ridiculous amount of wins together, and they got themselves in the playoffs, and I actually personally fancied them in the playoffs, and for whatever reason they never ended up going up. So when someone like that doesn't go up, they're always going to be strong the year after, and I think they've shown that. And we obviously, when we played them in the first game of the season, I think was it 4-1, and they like the gaffer said, he scored 2 worldies that you can't really do anything about, and sometimes you've just got to take your hat off to them when they score goals like that. But that was the story of our start of the season. We were playing really well, but just weren't getting the points, like I said before again. So hopefully we're on the right end of that tomorrow, and we score a few worldies. Hopefully I might chip in one myself. But yeah.
The teams above you who are challenging, Ben, largely you've given them all a good game this year, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I remember looking a month or two ago, and it was like the top 6 or 7. There was only one team at the time that had actually beat us. So it's probably a bit different now, but we seem to have our best performances against the higher end teams, which is probably a little bit frustrating, really. And that was similar last year as well. So it's kind of, I don't know whether that's a mentality thing or not, but we've kind of got to rally around that and get together and make sure we win these games that really matter against the teams that are in and around it with us. And
just on you, do you feel like this season your patience has been rewarded? You had to wait to get your opportunity, and now you're playing regularly with a new contract. Do you feel that patience has been well and truly rewarded?
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, I played a lot of games last year, and then I came out of the team towards the end of the season, and then didn't start the season. I think it was 8 or 9 games before I started a game, and then touch wood, like I've started every game, give and take the odd ones that I've been suspended for or been rested. So I think I've started every league game apart from one since then. So that's something that I pride myself on. I've said it many a times. I want to play every game. I want to play as many games as I can, and I want to help this club get back to where we belong. And get first step is getting ourselves safe in this league.